I think they're pretty. I think
so
they're dumb.
Cute.
I'm kidding.
You're not.
How fun.
Would you like?
I've never seen a frog that tiny, except one.
Apparently
Find it.
the upper epidermis layer of our skin kills them. I'm kidding.
Oh, I was like, don't touch him.
He doesn't want to hop on me. There he is.
Cute. He's like, why can't I get away? Yeah, I think.
There's so many buddies. It's weird because they like just have like a little baby. Most of them just had a
Yeah, I think
baby
the
tail
are going to say.
And then they're gonna be like.
I mean, yeah.
That was just like tore me up.
Oh yeah.
We're SROM, Solid Rock Outdoor Ministries. We've spent the last 30 years training people to be leaders in the wilderness. This time, we're taking a group of SROM veterans on their own course into Red Rock Canyon and the remote Grand Canyon to go deeper and live 15 days in the wilderness.
Get up, we'll fight the darkness right beside you day in, day out. Forget the days behind us, now you are here to stay out.
I'm ready for the adventure. Here are our stories in the canyon.
So SROM on their introduction, on their form, they want to know how scared are you of heights. I'm like, 1, it doesn't bother me at all, and 5, I'm terrified. I put myself at like a 4.5. Because I don't have it today.
You try again?
No, I need some.
Aaron, how it feel? You just get to a point where you're just like exhausted.
Yeah.
That's a hard route.
I got a personal vendetta on things. I don't like not finishing things, so. I grew up what I would call kind of a very Leave It to Beaver type household. 2 kids, a dog. Dad went to work 9 to 5. Mom stayed home. I think like all of us were chasing the story of the good life. And I really thought this is how life is, right? Like, I remember 7th grade. Okay, so I'm gonna go to school, and then I'm gonna go to college, and then somewhere in college I'm, gonna get married, and then I'm gonna, work and raise a family, and then at 65 I get to retire. Oh, 65, I get to do what I want now? This is why I say it's kind of a deprogramming. It wasn't even on my radar at 18 to even ask the Lord, like, Lord, what would you want me to study in college? Computer science was really hot at the time. I took a couple classes of it in high school and did well, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna be a computer science major. I don't know, I can look back and laugh, especially kind of being in this circle, because I remember somewhere in my sophomore year taking a personality profile test. And they give you like, here's the jobs based off of what you said you were interested in. The number 1 job for me was park ranger. And that didn't line up with computer science even in the remote part. So I was like, whatever, that stuff's dumb anyway. So what I never really did is continue that process that the Lord opened up. I think I was still caught in the story, right? Which led to a 9-year teaching career in computer science. Well, and that's the thing is I loved teaching, and here's the thing that I think I really appreciated about teaching is building the relationships. 1, I think because I became a Christian when I was 15. It was a joy to get to work with those students and do life. But man, my heart wasn't there. That internally there isn't His peace anymore. There isn't the sense of His presence. Teaching computer science is not going to be the rest of my life. And I think this was kind of the American story playing in, like, I've got to figure this out on my own. Like, it came down to, like, what if you just Google searched some things? And Google search led to Solid Rock Outdoor Ministries, which led to my first 10-10 trip 2 years ago, which led to a community who I think really have the right mindset about who God is as a father. think SROM lived out a faith that gave me hope that I could live out that faith again. That being saturated in the community, and something changed to the point where I came back from last summer and going, I can't. Like I can't do this anymore. I couldn't sign my contract for next year. I think the Lord's leading me down a different path. And I got to come out this summer for SROM and work for them. And it's been a great summer, but it's also been a summer where I felt like I have been poured out. At 37, even now learning, okay, Lord, what's next? Heights and I, we don't get along. But as I've gotten older, I've realized that this is a chance to kind of push myself and to really lean on the Lord, because I think He asks us to do things that are challenging, that we aren't sure we can do, that we're scared to do.
Don't let the exposure change how you physically climb, you know? Like, you know you can physically do, it's 5'6", I've seen you lead harder than this. So you know you can physically do it.
It's kind of a very physical representation of me going, okay, Lord, I don't know how this is going to turn out, but I'm going to trust you. And then I start climbing.
Trust them tootsies. Nice.
All right, tootsies.
A little practical application.
I was always one to shy away from that stuff. And learned that I was missing out on opportunities to grow. Life isn't safe, and I think He calls us to some unsafe things. But if He's calling us to do it, then I'll be with you wherever you go, right? Like He promised the Israelites that, He's promised us that, and this is a very, okay, I'm gonna trust you on this climb. I can trust you when I have to have a hard conversation with a friend or whatever that challenging thing is. So it's helped me grow in other areas.
Have you noticed if the fear of heights has gotten any less?
Yeah, I'd say maybe it's a 3.5 instead of a 4.5. Yeah, like I can look down and go, that's amazing. But yeah, I'm also terrified. Right there. A little more. Okay. All right, right there. It's been a great growing summer, and I hope that I can remember this stuff when it's time to do the other things He asked me to do. This trip, I know I feel very much led to be here. I'm supposed to be here. And at the same time, I feel very worn out. Came in, I just felt off. Right, like I'm here, but I'm not like fully here. I'm just kind of going through the motions. That's kind of how I felt this afternoon. And on the brink of, okay, Lord, what's next? There's some opportunities that are out there that look good, but there's very much a desperate part of me that wants to hear and know, Lord, what are you saying is the next step? Because I feel like I'm tired of trying to write my own story.